Get ready for your weekly dose of pixie dust with Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And today on the show, Patrick, would you like to say it? We have so much to talk about. Of course, because it wouldn't be Disney Coast to Coast unless we had so much to talk about. Shall we start with our Frozen
News of the Week?
Oh, I don't know what that was. Is that a new part of Frozen of the Week?
Do you want to hear some news?
No, they're going to sue us if we start singing their music.
Well, I think last week we talked about new Disney DVD releases for how they do Diamond and 3D and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one...
Has it been a week since then already?
Yeah.
My God, time flies.
I know. But this is a newer kind of DVD. They're coming out with the sing-along version of Frozen. Because why not?
Yeah, I guess so, right? So now we have the Disney sing... First of all, let me just put it out there. I own the original Blu-ray release. I will not be buying the sing-along. I refuse... Actually, let me tell you, if they put some good special features other than lyrics on screen, I could possibly get it. I'm one of those people that I have multiples of Disney movies on DVD and Blu-ray because of the special features. I just love special features, which is why I'm like, I know we're in this age now of everybody downloads everything as far as movies and music are concerned, but the special features never come with the downloads. And that's why I'm still like that guy. I'm the one keeping home video manufacturing alive.
You are.
I'm like one of like the 2%.
I still buy VHSs.
No, I don't buy VHS. I still own one Disney VHS. My brother actually collects them.
I think I have a box full of Disney VHSs somewhere.
My brother still collects them and he keeps them in the shrink wrap because he's just like a collector. And so he'll buy, in fact, for Christmas every year, I get him a few different Disney movies, in the shrink wrap.
Is it weird to think that, like, VHS is so outdated, yet I remember getting Monsters, Inc. on VHS.
Oh, I definitely always owned Monsters, Inc. on DVD.
When it first came out,
Was it only VHS?
VHS was still popular.
Yeah.
We're so old.
Yeah, yes. Well, I'm going to really age myself now. I first listened to music on cassettes.
I remember doing that. I have like the Disney Christmas, like...
Oh yeah, I have tons of Disney Christmas cassettes. I had, I had so many cassettes as a kid, and then of course CDs, and now I actually still do buy CDs. I don't download all my music. What it depends on is how much I like something, and this is going totally off topic, but I don't care because I find this interesting. But if I really, really like something, I still want to own the CD. Mm-hmm. I don't, the whole like download age to me, it's, you don't own anything. It's just like out in this cloud somewhere.
Going back to Frozen, I actually bought the physical Frozen soundtrack.
Oh, did you?
As a physical disc.
See, I didn't.
I didn't. And that's like my first physical purchase in a while.
Yeah. It tends to be like the musicals with me, like Newsies I had to buy. So many, it tends to be musicals and such, but
anyway, we have a sing-along now.
Now, I think what they should do is release a Frozen DVD Blu-ray where it comes in a block of ice, and you need, like, a literal block of ice. You have to buy it in the freezer section. And then, like, you have to patiently wait as it defrosts at home in order to watch it.
That sounds like an awful idea.
That's amazing. I love it. I'm predicting right here, Disney's going to do that.
I don't think so.
After they do all of their different DVD releases of Frozen, they're going to be like, and now you can buy it in a block of ice, a collectible block of ice, which is an absurd thing to say.
I think they're gonna have like, they should have like a scavenger hunt where they, somewhere where it snows, maybe New York or something, where they actually build like Olafs and then hide DVDs in it. And they're like, you have to tackle the Olafs to see if there's a DVD in one.
It'd be like Hidden Cash, but with DVDs.
In Olafs.
In Olafs, yes. You just want to kill Olaf.
I love it. He can fall apart and go back together. It's
okay, fine. All right.
Anyways, we're way off topic.
That's okay. That's fine. It was enjoyable. Frozen News of the Week. Frozen Sing-Along coming to DVD and I assume Blu-ray as well.
Yes. We're still waiting for 3D.
Yeah, come on, by Christmas, I don't know. Because it's so close to Christmas already that...
Well, how long did it take for Tangled to be released in 3D?
Originally it was.
Oh, really?
When I first bought Tangled, I bought it when it first came out, and it was the
I'm
3D
gonna
version.
guess for Christmas. They have to... Maybe, like, November, when it's been a year.
I don't know, maybe like the 2-year anniversary of Frozen, we'll come out with it on 3D. Yeah, it's
there's a 5-year plan, so...
Seriously, it's crazy. So, in any case, folks, if you're counting, that is week 4 of Frozen News of the Week. We will see if we can get to week 5, if there's any new Frozen week next week. So, okay, that's our new music for Frozen News of the Week.
I hope I remember it.
That was composed by Patrick Dougal, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Wait.
Speaking of composers, I do have to give a little shout out.
Let's hear it.
Because I was at Disneyland last week, and I happened to just be on Main Street, and who should walk in front of me but Dick Sherman.
Hello!
Just strolling down Main Street, going through some of the shops, and of course no one knows really who the hell he is, unless you're really into Disney, which we are.
We are, yeah.
But I was like... Hey.
Wow, I'm glad you made such a good impression of him.
No. I was like, you probably don't get this a lot from my age group, but I need to take a picture with you because you wrote the soundtrack to my childhood.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And he is the
nicest guy on earth.
Oh, I think he gets a secret joy when people know who he is.
Of course he does. I'm telling you, I mean, I've met him several times and had long conversations with the man, and he is the nicest guy who you think at this point would be tired of telling his story.
Yeah.
But when we were discussing, oh my God, he told me such beautiful stories about him and Walt. And it was like he was telling them for the first time. Like, he still gets that much joy. And, kind of still gets a tear in his eye talking about Walt. And to me, it's always weird. I've been lucky enough to have met a lot of people who have worked with Walt, which to me is, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because Walt Disney died in 1966, many, many, many years before I was born. So to me, I obviously am very well aware he was a real man. I respect the man more than most people. But to think that there are people still alive who worked with him blows my mind. And it's always a treat having a conversation with them about Walt. So...
And then seeing them just walk down Main Street.
Well, I think do you remember the first time I met Dick Sherman was
at a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
So yeah, it's crazy. Dick Sherman's the nicest guy on earth, and I'm glad you got that experience. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be your last time meeting.
I'm crying.
Dickie.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, it won't be.
Okay,
cool.
I believe you.
Speaking of Disney music, have you heard about Radio Disney? What's happening?
It's sad.
It's kind of like nearing its end. It sounds like,
yeah.
But I guess you can say it's sad. But legitimate question: have you ever listened to a single day of Radio Disney?
No,
me either.
However, I do appreciate the little events they do at Downtown Disney or stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently they're downsizing tremendously, and. For me, my biggest problem with a lot of the Radio Disney stuff is they tend to take really classic songs like Kiss the Girl, and they do popped out versions of them with Disney Channel stars and stuff. That drives me crazy.
Part of Your World, Miley Cyrus is the best.
Shut up. You're being facetious, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can't stand it when they do that. I'm like, hello, you have... if I were Alan Menken, I might put a bullet in my head if I heard Miley Cyrus singing Kiss the Girl. It's terrible.
But I think they've actually stopped that. I think more of it is now just I think they just play younger teen pop music like One Direction, Austin Mahone, Cody Simpson.
I think, to be honest, I think it's one of those things that even if it doesn't make a ton of money, I think it's from a marketing standpoint. I think that's how they probably look at the Radio Disney at this point is it's good for marketing.
Yeah.
It gets people interested in our products.
I'm surprised by this news because I think actually this year they had the first ever Radio Disney award show.
Oh God, I was gonna say awards, and I was kidding.
No, they had that this year.
God,
that existed.
Okay, note to Hollywood in general: We have plenty of award shows. We sincerely don't need any more. You know what we're going to start? We're going to start the Disney Coast to Coast Award Show. And we're going to have awards like Best Episode and Best Co-Host Team. I think we might win. And
I hope so.
It's like, seriously.
Who else is nominated?
I don't know. Bob and Dick Sherman.
Oh, they would win.
They would win? Oh.
Even though it's just one of them.
Yeah, well, the spirit of Bob can speak. Yeah, so Radio Disney, I'm sure it's not going to go away, but they are cutting back tremendously.
Yeah, just downsizing. I mean, radio in general is slowly fading.
I love radio talk shows, though. I am, so obviously, we're like doing hello, but yeah, it is interesting how these channels just in general play the same song over and over every day. Which is why I like the talk stuff, because you get different conversations.
Well, we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Oh, no. Anywho, super, super excited for this next bit of news. PBS American Experience. Have you ever watched a PBS American Experience?
No.
They're fantastic.
I have not.
These are like very in-depth bios that they do. Is doing Walt Disney. This is fantastic.
Woo!
You're not excited?
I have no reference to this show, so I guess...
It doesn't matter. It's about Walt Disney. It's a Walt Disney biography. That is fantastic news.
Yay!
Yes, it is. It's going to be in fall of 2015. It's going to be a 4-hour...
4 hours?
Yes, 2 nights.
Okay.
I think it's 2 nights. Documentary about Walt Disney, which, of course, you actually haven't read too much about him, have you? You know the bullet points.
Yeah.
Walt. Okay. I know a lot about Walt. A lot. Probably more than any human should. I get so excited to think that I might learn something I don't know already, that the idea of a new 4-hour special, there has to be something in there that I don't know. I'm super excited about it. So I'll have to wait till basically a year from now.
That's a long time.
It is a long time, but that's basically what this company does to me. It's like I have to live so that I can at least see such and so on. I'm really excited about it. Like truly, truly very, very excited. They do a nice job with their American Experience.
Awesome.
So it should be cool. Beyond that, Big Hero 6, of course, is coming out soon. November. And we got some news about one of your favorite things to do in parks.
Meet characters!
And we're going to get to meet some characters from Big Hero 6 at Walt Disney World, only, as of right now.
Not true.
Okay, let's see.
I checked the audition calendar, and there are auditions
Nice.
for Disneyland.
Okay, well then there we go, folks. Maybe it'll be the pre-parade. The pre-parade. They'll have a Big Hero 6 pre-parade, and then the Frozen pre-parade, and then the parade.
I hope not. I want to meet them. I want to see them go by. But, originally they only had auditions up for the Walt Disney World Resort, and now we have them for Disneyland, so...
Well, there you go.
Exciting stuff.
That. Hey, Patrick, nice research.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, Patrick does research.
That was a high five.
This is fantastic.
But, we're going to get to see Hero... I think it's Haramada. Hiram.
Sure.
Yep.
And Baymax.
Baymax.
Baymax should probably be a pretty cool meet and greet.
Yeah. I hope
it's like
rather large.
I hope it's inflatable.
Comparable to like Wreck-It Ralph's size. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would assume he has to be. He's giant.
Yeah. And I hope there's a kitty with him.
And there's going to be frozen Easter eggs on his costume. No, I made that up.
Frozen news.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited, obviously, because it's just more characters.
It's more characters for you to meet. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, let's fly to Florida for a second and talk about a part of the Disney Hollywood Studios backlot tour, which, believe it or not, folks, still exists, but is being downsized yet again. Now for a while now, the last portion, I guess the tour ended at kind of like a museum sponsored by AFI, the American Film Institute. And the AFI Showcase is permanently closing as of August 17th, which leads to the question of what is the tour now? Like it's Catastrophe Canyon. That's it.
Yeah. And they have just some like basic vehicles from random movies and shows.
The death of that backlot studio tour started when they got rid of Residential Street to build lights, motors, action stunt show. And then ever since then, it's just gotten smaller and smaller and less interesting. And now they're getting rid of another big part of it. So it's very confusing.
It's basically just a pre-show in Catastrophe Canyon.
They really should just call it Catastrophe Canyon and let that be it. And just like call it a special effects demo or something.
I agree. But I don't think we have to worry about that much longer, because
you think it's going to go away altogether?
Orange Harvest might be coming through, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I was very surprised. I mean, maybe AFI just wanted to no longer be associated with them. If you're not familiar with AFI, holy moly, the American Film Institute is amazing. Their mission is to preserve film, essentially. As you probably know, film deteriorates, and it's actually shocking at the amount of Hollywood history that's lost yearly due to the fact that once you lose an original print, that's the end of it. So, like, you can say film lives forever, or movies never die, or whatever, but the reality is that they do, and they need to be preserved and made digital and such, and that's what AFI's mission is, and they're actually a really incredible group of people that I'm happy to have been a small part of. So I'm sad that it's closing. Yeah, but that's not the only thing closing at Hollywood Studios. This is a happy closing. I think we've
discussed this
before. That the American Idol is supposed to be. It was actually supposed to be closing later
in January. It's supposed to close in January. They've bumped it earlier, August 30th.
August
folks.
30th is the last day of the American Idol experience at Hollywood Studios,
which officially means that Patrick and I, two diehard Disney fans, will have never experienced the American Idol experience.
Yes!
Another high five. Woo! Woo! That was a bad high five.
Oh, well. I think this just confirms my rumors even more.
Of what show?
Of just newer things coming to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I think that they actually mentioned something about moving the Frozen sing-along in there. These are rumors. They're saying putting that in there temporarily until something more permanent comes. So, Frozen Sing-Along never dies. Frozen never
get bigger.
dies. I'm starting the hashtag Frozen Never Dies. Let's do that, folks. Let's hit Twitter and hashtag Frozen Never Dies. Then hashtag DCTC. Just for fun.
There you go.
Yeah, let's start trending. Speaking of Frozen, I guess, oh lordy. Jennifer Lee, who is co-director and co-writer of Frozen, can you believe they hired her to do another project?
What? She's not that good.
Come on. It's not like she made the biggest hit of all time. It has been announced that she will be working on A Wrinkle in Time for Disney. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with that story, are you?
The name rings a bell, but...
Yeah, I've heard it before. I just don't really know what it's about. And frankly, it doesn't really matter because they'll Disneyfy it and change the entire storyline. But yeah, one of the co-directors and writers of Frozen is working on their next project now. So that's exciting. We got more. So actually, how scared would you be if you
that
were
was
her?
your follow? Yeah, you're like, I have to follow up with Frozen.
There would be part of me that would be like, I need to leave your company. I'm never going to top this, and I can't even handle the stress of trying to top this. Like, it's like, I'm going to go to DreamWorks or something. Like, they're not expecting as much from me. Like, it's crazy.
I'm surprised that they're actually throwing her on another project that's not Frozen related. If I were Disney and seeing the success of Frozen, I'd be greenlighting a Frozen sequel right away and throwing her. Be like, make something.
I mean, a Frozen sequel's happening. We like, has it not been confirmed? Like, there has to be a Frozen 2. Beyond the books, beyond everything we've talked about, there has to be another major motion picture.
It has to be coming. But I think at this time that it should be fast-tracked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I would rather it be done well than fast-tracked, though.
Well, it can be done
I appreciate the fact that, like, the Broadway musical, it's been said, hey, Frozen the musical's coming, but it's going to be at least 5 years or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, because a lot of companies, I think, would say, no, the hype is now, let's do it now.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that they're taking their time with the musical. I assume the same thing with the sequel, which will eventually happen. So, but speaking of sequels, Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton version of Alice in Wonderland, is getting a sequel. It's called Through the Looking Glass. It comes out May 27th of 2016. They began shooting. Did you hear about this?
I did.
I have not seen the original.
I actually wasn't a fan.
I didn't see it because, frankly, I lacked interest, which is so weird to say because I really am a big Tim Burton fan. It's just I'm kind of like, he does something very specific. He has a style that's his and no one else does it. And I'm just a little, I feel like a bit of overkill with that style. And that's why I never checked it out. I also said to myself, I'm like, okay, this film is a film that is so visually stunning. If I don't see it in theaters, I'm not going to see it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a movie that was made to be seen on a big screen in 3D. And the fact that I didn't see it there, I'll probably never see it, to be honest. But, in any case, it's making a sequel.
I'm very interested to see what it's going to entail, because actually the first Alice in Wonderland wasn't really Alice in Wonderland, the cartoon it's more like,
was it closer to the book?
It was more how it was like not a retelling, but the first Alice in Wonderland was actually the sequel to the original Alice
to the original
in
cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So
that's really interesting because the second, so if I'm remembering correctly, because I did read these books as a kid, I believe the first book is called Alice in Wonderland, and I think the second book is called Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, which is, I'm very confused by this title because the tagline of the first Alice in Wonderland was Through the Looking Glass.
Really? Then did I get the title correct?
I hope, maybe?
Huh. Well, according to the website I read, it's called Alice in Wonderland. Through the Looking Glass.
Basically obviously the live action version is Alice returning after, but she doesn't remember. Mm-hmm. All the other characters remember her when she goes back, and they're like, Alice, and she's like, I don't know you people. But that was the basis of the first one. It's her returning. So it's a sequel. Which, when I first went to it, I was jarred.
You saw it in theaters?
Yes, I saw it in theaters. And to me, it was marketed as like a live action version of the cartoon.
Of the original cartoon.
And it wasn't that at all.
Huh. Interesting. How's Johnny Depp in it?
He's not the best.
Oh, really?
I mean...
You didn't care for the Mad Hatter.
Disney and Johnny Depp is always going to be Jack Sparrow from the first Pirates.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm interested to see it's like a sequel of a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a treat.
Let's do a prequel next.
Before she's born.
Yes.
Before Alice is born.
Totally.
Yeah, her mom goes
Maybe
to
her conception could be the movie.
All right.
Yeah. I am okay. That's a movie I'm not super psyched about, but on to a movie that I am super psyched about that we've discussed a little bit. There's a bit more news about Into the Woods. Now, we had reported, because this is what had been reported, about reshoots for Into the Woods.
Yes.
We're saying there's a month of reshoots. Interesting, Rob Marshall, the director, comes out and says there aren't any reshoots happening, that these are complete rumors, that the film is fine. There are the changes that they've discussed. Apparently Sondheim had written a new song for Meryl Streep, The Witch, and that's now cut from the film. Mm-hmm. It's not happening.
I've heard that they apparently may lay the song over credits so that they can enter it into the original song category.
I actually heard that rule had been changed a while ago, though. I think the last one to do that, I want to say, might have been the producers. I think I could be wrong about that, but I heard
the credit.
Yeah, I heard the Academy had changed the rule about new songs for existing musicals.
It had to be. Oh,
I heard it could not. Before it had to be a song specifically written for the film that wasn't in the stage show. Now I've heard since then that even if it's a new song, if it's part of an older work, it's not eligible. I could be wrong, but that's what I had heard. My guess is that the Into the Woods people at Disney would know before I would, but I think that's a cop-out. If it's just played over the credits, I think that's a complete cop-out and just a terrible reason to write a song.
Well, if they meant to put it in and then cut it.
Yeah, sure, we meant to, in air quotes. To write something just to win an award is
But
terrible.
I think he's also catering to old theater fans. I mean, would you be happy if they put a new song in?
I'm always on the fence about that. To be honest, one of the best ways I've seen this done was in Dreamgirls, which I admittedly was not super familiar with the stage show before seeing the movie. Did you see Dreamgirls?
No.
Okay, it's a great movie, but they have this song called "I Love You, I Do." I think that's the name of it that Jennifer Hudson sings. that is spectacular. One of my favorite songs in the movie. I found out later, I believe that song was written for the movie, and it flowed so beautifully that I was shocked to hear this. I was like, you're kidding me. Like, this isn't in the stage show. I would actually be bummed to go see a stage show of it and not have I Love You, I Do in the stage show. So I think if it's done well, I'm okay with it.
But knowing the actual
the way
show...
I know Into the Woods so well, it's even jarring. Like, I think that this is comparable to when I saw Newsies on stage. Having known the movie Newsies so well, when you see it on stage, you get those melodies, you know. There's also new music, but also...
They change the lyrics.
Not some.
Well,
a lot of the lyrics in the Broadway musical. First time listening through, and I did listen to that soundtrack before seeing it on stage, it was very jarring. It takes a lot of getting used to.
Speaking of, I remember last year during the D23 Expo when they were doing a Newsies melody during the Broadway panel, they even said beforehand, they're like, we're getting the lyrics right. They changed them for Broadway.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they were like, calm down. It's fine. Yeah. But it is that thing where you grow up listening to this and, like, you know, sing it in the shower, or for me, anywhere. And, it's jarring. Jarring is the perfect word. It takes some getting used to. Now, when I sing Newsies, I'm singing the lyrics from Broadway. I'm not singing the movie lyrics. So, Into the Woods is gonna have changes. We know that. I'm open to changes. My attitude has always been, if you're gonna make a movie out of a musical, make it different. Because what's the purpose of taking something from the stage and putting it exactly the same way on the screen? Don't. Just go see it on stage if that's how it's going to be. And I understand some people don't have access to theater. I'm lucky enough to have access. But if that's what they want to do, then just shoot the Broadway show and put that on the big screen, which has been done before. And, like, frankly, that's how the producers should have handled it. I don't know. Did you see the producers' movie?
Yeah.
Did you see it on stage?
No.
It's the same exact show. I mean, the sets are the same exact sets. The choreography, everything is exactly the same. Even a ton of the cast is from the original Broadway cast. And it's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie, but a brilliant stage show. And they should have just shot the stage show with the original cast and put that in movie theaters. And that it would have been so much better. And cheaper.
Well, I do agree. I think you're missing the point of Hollywood and money.
Yeah, but making that movie was so expensive. I don't know. I feel like if you marketed, it was one of the biggest Broadway musicals of all time.
I do, like, as a theater person, I'd love to see. I know they did it with Rent, where they shot the original.
It's so good,
and they put that in
Not
theaters.
The original.
They shot a stage version.
Yeah,
and they put it in theaters.
Cast.
However, I don't think it's just audience wise. I don't think they just pull as many audience as you say Les Mis versus a film version of.
I think that you're right to a point. I don't think they ever marketed it. If they marketed it the same way that they would market a real movie, then I think you would get more than just those theater people.
Yeah.
We're just going to always disagree on this. But if you take that DVD of the final Broadway performance of Rent and then watch the movie version, if anybody thinks that the movie is better than that final Broadway performance, I would think that you're on drugs.
But then if you look at the box office numbers, then they prove...
But like I said, the final Broadway never gets the wide release. It never gets the marketing dollars behind it the way that the film does. So I don't think you can compare it as of yet. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I do think like a full major motion picture probably would do better.
I would love to, as me, I would love to see that. But just a Hollywood standpoint, I would say.
Screw Hollywood.
I can see why they make
What's this Hollywood you speak of?
Make these...
Anywho.
Budget musicals.
Yes. I'm excited about Into the Woods. I'm super stoked. I do find it interesting that they're squashing rumors about reshoots. Apparently they're not happening now. So, I don't know. I don't care either.
Yeah.
Just make me
as long as it comes out and it's good.
It's coming out on Christmas Day. We'll judge it then. And it better be spectacular, or else I will lose my hope in movie musicals, because it's been a long time since there's been a really fantastic movie musical, and this one looks fantastic. So please, just get it right.
Yeah.
Okay? Enough said.
Don't yell at me.
I'm sorry, you got me upset. Okay, moving on. Be Our Guest.
Yes.
Fantastic restaurant at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. We have a new way of making reservations. Or I guess I should say not making reservations.
Yeah.
Is they used to just have a huge standby line, and it was a huge standby line. And they've now started essentially giving out what we used to call fast passes at Walt Disney World. They're paper tickets of return times. And once those are gone for the day, you're gone, folks.
It's very similar to the new system they put in with Anna and Elsa and Soarin', where the standby line even has time tickets. So this is the time ticket standby line. So, I mean, it's nice not standing. I mean, there was absolutely no shade in that area, so you were in direct sunlight. They even had cast members handing out water. You were standing there so long. So I welcome this change openly.
Yeah, I think it's always good when you can get some sort of like comeback at time, because who wants to stand in a line?
But make sure you get there early because
once they're gone,
and
folks.
quick service is only open till I think 2 p.m. So
The best way is still to make an online reservation. Of course, that's only for dinner and it's more expensive, but I feel like Be Our Guest is one of those places where you should splurge a little. And of course, get the gray stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I had both.
You missed your cue.
It's delicious.
There you go.
I've had both. I've had plenty of quick service experiences there, but I actually had dinner there once too, and it's a great place to eat.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love it.
Anywho, on last little tidbit of news here, the Animal Kingdom. We have a little baby gorilla, and it is just so cute. Have you seen the pictures?
I have not, but I can just imagine a baby gorilla.
Oh my god, it is the cutest little baby gorilla. It's pretty darn cute.
I love gorillas.
Yeah, so the families are growing at Disney Animal Kingdom, and
just in time for Avatar.
Yeah, perfect. And so that's exciting news. Happy for Animal Kingdom, and it's the cutest. Like seriously, so cute.
Its name is cute.
Yes,
Well,
I don't know what
I'm
its
gonna
name
guess
is.
like it's an African name.
It's Kuta.
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 Okay, don't quote us.
Yeah, no, I made that up, folks. That's your trivia. What's the baby gorilla's name? I have no idea. In any case, we're running out of time.
Again?
Oh, yes.
That never happens.
Every week. Shall we move on to trivia?
Yes.
Okay, hit me.
I have a question.
You have a tough question from what I understand.
I don't think you're going to get it, but I think it's a very interesting tidbit.
Okay.
In Big Hero 6, the main female character's name is Gogo. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Gogo Tamago.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, we'll learn her real name once more trailers
once the movie comes out.
come out. But she's voiced by an actress named Jamie Chung, who is not a stranger to Disney properties. Do you know what other Disney properties most recently she's appeared in, and a live action version? A live action
Disney movie.
Disney property.
That's something Marvel. Yes?
Disney property. That's all I'm saying. I'll give you one guess and then I'll give you another hint.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Is she in Guardians of the Galaxy?
TV show.
Is she in Girl Meets World?
Nope.
Is it an ABC TV show or a
Yes.
Disney Channel? ABC TV show. What's her name?
Jamie Chung.
Jamie Chung. Where do we have Asian people? Once Upon a Time?
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Can you guess who she
High
plays?
five. Mulan.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, I'm not even kidding. When you were just saying, I was like, okay, she's Asian. She's probably in Mulan. I thought you were going to say she was a voice in Mulan.
No,
But no.
so
She plays Mulan also?
In Once Upon a Time, she plays Mulan, and she's also the voice of Gogo Tamago.
Tamago. Go,
in
Tamago.
Big Hero 6.
Awesome.
So, fun little tidbit. So if you watch Once Upon a Time, there you go. Now you know.
Now you know. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Different property.
Yeah.
Anywho, my trivia question is related to, we were talking about Alice in Wonderland earlier, so I have a Tim Burton question for you.
Okay.
As you probably know, Tim Burton went through CalArts, where a lot of Disney animators did, and actually worked for Disney Animation for a long time. Did you not know this? You're giving me a look of shock.
I knew this.
Okay. Okay, so Tim Burton...
I'm scared of the question.
Oh, okay. Tim Burton worked on some Disney animated films and features. There are 3 specifically that I'm thinking of, 3 pretty big ones that he was associated with. And I'm talking pre-Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, they weren't his films. He actually
Yeah.
worked on them. Any guesses? Just think, he was there in the 80s.
So pretty big ones, right?
Well, it was pre the Renaissance, because Mermaid was 89, so it was before that. One of them makes me cry. A lot.
The Rescuers?
Not the Rescuers, no.
I have no idea.
Okay.
And it's animated, not stop motion.
Two of them are animated. One's a live action with animation in it.
Mary Pop.
No. No. Come on.
Tim Burton worked on Mary Poppins.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. That's a fact.
No, that is not
It's
a fact.
100% true.
This is the... No. Do not
I'm
believe
just kidding.
Patrick.
No,
early 80s would have been animated. Couple of animals. Fox and the Hound is one of them.
Oh,
He worked on Fox and the Hound.
sad.
It's so sad. Oh yeah, it is sad. It makes me cry like a baby. And then another one is a very dark Disney, probably the darkest Disney animated film, which is kind of appropriate for Tim Burton.
Well, I beg to differ. I think Black Cauldron is pretty dark.
It's the Black Cauldron.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well then,
There you go.
I was right.
That's hilarious.
I didn't think it was a Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron, and then the live action one. Any guesses?
It's a mixture.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Not in the typical sense, but he worked on... There was a sequel a couple years ago. Tron.
I can see that.
Yeah. So Tim Burton worked on those 3 films.
Well, I got one of them.
Yeah, kind of got one of them.
I got Black Cauldron. I got Black Cauldron.
Questionable. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for us this week. As always, if you want to hear something specific from us, if you have any questions for us, if you just want to say hi, shoot us an email at DisneyCoastToCoast@gmail.com. That's Disney with a Z, coast to coast @gmail.com. And we will see you later. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.